Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Fluent Talk Studio. I am Sarah, and I am absolutely pumped to be here with you today. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and I am feeling, how do I say it? I am feeling very boring today.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Sarah. It is great to be back. But wait a second, Sarah. Did you just say you were feeling boring?
Yes, I stay home all weekend. I didn't go out. I didn't see friends. I just sat on the sofa. So I am very boring. Why are you looking at me like that, Mark?
Well, Sarah, I think you made a classic mistake there. I don't think you are boring at all. I think you mean you are bored. B-O-R-E-D.
Bored? Boring? Wait, aren't they the same thing? They look almost the same.
Not quite. It is a small difference in spelling, but a massive difference in meaning. If you are bored, it means you feel tired because you have nothing to do. But if you say, I am boring, it means you aren't an interesting person. It means you make other people fall asleep.
Oh my goodness. No, I didn't mean that. I just told thousands of listeners that I am an uninteresting person. Mark, this is a disaster. I want to crawl under the table right now. My face is turning red.
Sarah, please don't hide under the table. Relax. Take a deep breath. Honestly, you couldn't have planned that better. You just gave us the perfect introduction for today's topic.
The topic is Sarah is embarrassed?
No, not at all. The topic is exactly what just happened mistakes. And more importantly, how that feeling of panic you have right now is actually unnecessary. You are suffering from something psychologists call the spotlight effect.
The spotlight effect? Like on a stage? Like everyone is looking at me?
Exactly. When we make a mistake in English, we feel like there's a giant spotlight on us. We think everyone is judging us, laughing at us, or thinking we aren't smart. But in reality, people are usually focused on the message, not the grammar.
So you don't think I'm actually a boring person?
Of course not. I knew exactly what you meant from context. The communication was successful even if the grammar was a little off. And that, my friends, is what we are discussing today. We are calling this episode Turn Mistakes into Magic.
Ooh, I love the sound of that. Magic. Because right now, mistakes feel like monsters, not magic.
We are going to change that mindset today. We aren't just going to say it's okay to fail. We are going to give our listeners a toolkit, a set of real strategies to handle mistakes like a pro. We will talk about which mistakes to fix first and what to say when your mind goes blank.
That sounds amazing. I definitely need that toolkit. But Mark, you said this isn't just about positive thinking. You mentioned before the show that there's actually a scientific reason why we need to make mistakes.
You hit the nail on the head, Sarah. It is not just about being nice to yourself, it's biology. Your brain actually needs error signals to upgrade its software.
Upgrade my software? Okay, now I feel like a robot, but I am very curious. How does that work? Why does my brain want me to fail?
Imagine your brain is like a highly advanced GPS system in a car. When you drive, if you stay parked in the garage, you never make a wrong turn. You're safe, perfect, and completely stationary, but you never get to your destination.
That makes sense. I can sit in my garage all day and be a perfect driver, but I won't see the world.
Exactly. Now, when you start driving and you take a wrong turn, what does the GPS do? Does it scream at you? Does it say, you are a terrible driver, Sarah, give up now?
Well, sometimes it feels like that when I'm lost, but usually it just says recalculating.
Precisely, recalculating. That is exactly what happens in your brain when you make a grammar mistake or mispronounce a word. Your brain realizes there's a gap between what you wanted to say and the result. That gap is called a mismatch, and that mismatch creates a signal that tells your neurons to adjust.
So the mistake is actually the signal. It's the recalculating voice.
Yes, without the mistake, there's no signal. Without the signal, there's no adjustment. And without adjustment, there's no learning. We call this the feedback loop. If you are too afraid to speak because you don't want to make errors, you're essentially turning off your GPS. You're flying blind.
Wow, I never thought of it that way. I always looked at mistakes as proof that I'm bad at English, but you're saying they're just data.
They are purely data. They are information points. Think about how children learn. You have a nephew, right?
Yes, little Tommy. He's 4 years old and he talks nonstop.
Does Tommy have perfect grammar?
Oh, definitely not. Yesterday he told me, Auntie Sarah, I runned very fast and I eated all the cake.
Runned and eated, classic examples. But did he stop talking? Did he apologize?
No way, he was so proud. He just kept going.
That's the secret. Children are essentially learning machines because they don't have the filter of shame. They treat language like a video game. They try, they fail, they respawn, and they try again. They engage in trial and error naturally. As adults, we tend to overanalyze. We want to be perfect on the first try, which is scientifically impossible.
It really is like a video game. I guess I've been playing the game on hard mode because I'm so afraid of losing a life. But Mark, I have to be honest with you.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I understand the science now. I need the data, I need the GPS to recalculate. But sometimes I feel like I'm getting too much data. I make mistakes with grammar, with vocabulary, with pronunciation. It feels like my GPS is broken and spinning in circles. It's overwhelming.
That is a very valid point and a very common feeling. When you're at the A1 or A2 level, it can feel like you're being bombarded with errors. It's easy to feel like you're drowning in corrections.
Yes, it's like, should I fix my past tense or should I fix my pronunciation of TH? Or should I learn more words? I just freeze.
That's what we call analysis paralysis. You're trying to fix everything at once, so you end up fixing nothing. But here's the good news. Not all mistakes are created equal.
They aren't? I thought a mistake is a mistake.
Not at all. In the world of linguistics, we distinguish between two very important categories. If you understand this distinction, it will save you so much stress. We call them global errors and local errors.
Global and local? That sounds serious. Is a global error like causing World War III with my bad English?
Hopefully not World War III, but it can definitely cause some major confusion. Let me break down this priority matrix for you so you know exactly what to focus on first. Imagine your English is a car. A local error is like a small scratch on the paint. It might not look perfect, but the car still drives fine.
Okay, a scratch. I can live with a scratch. So, what does a local error look like in a sentence?
A local error is usually a small grammatical mistake that does not stop communication. For example, if you say, she go to the market yesterday.
Oh, I hear that all the time. It should be she went, right?
Exactly. Or she goes. But even though the verb tense is wrong, did you understand a meaning?
Yes, I knew who, she, I knew the action, go, and I knew the place, market. The message was clear.
Precisely. The bridge might be a little shaky, as we said, but you crossed it successfully. These are low priority mistakes for beginners. You should fix them eventually, but they shouldn't stop you from speaking. Now compare that to a global error.
The global error is the flat tire?
It's a flat tire or maybe even the engine exploding. A global error is a mistake that causes the listener to misunderstand you completely or not understand you at all. This usually happens with pronunciation or choosing the completely wrong word.
Can you give me an example? I want to make sure I'm not exploding any engines.
Imagine you are at a party and you are hungry. You want to tell your friend you want a small bite to eat. You want a snack. S-N-A-C-K.
Okay, a snack, like chips or a cookie.
But because of pronunciation, you forget the ending sound or change the vowel slightly and you say, I want a snake.
A snake? Like the reptile? With the fangs? S.
Yes. Imagine the look on your friend's face. They don't think you are hungry, they think you are crazy or dangerous. That is a global error. The communication has failed completely.
Wow, that is a huge difference. Snack and snake. So if I focus on my grammar perfectly, but say snake, I still fail. For if I have bad grammar and say snack, I succeed.
Bingo. That is the golden rule for A1 and A2 learners. Intelligibility over accuracy. Focus on being understood first. Pay attention to your pronunciation of key words. Don't stress too much if you forget an S at the end of a verb or use in instead of on.
That is such a relief, Mark. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I don't have to be perfect at everything right now. I just need to avoid the snakes.
Exactly. Prioritize the big stuff. But Sarah, even with this matrix, we are human. We're going to slip up. We're going to say snake when we mean snack or boring when we mean bored.
Oh, don't remind me of the boring incident. But yes, it will happen. And when it happens, that's when the panic sets in again. My brain just freezes. I stare at the person, they stare at me, and it gets so awkward.
The awkward silence. We've all been there. It's the enemy of fluency. But what if I told you there's a way to break that silence? You don't need perfect English, you just need an emergency kit.
An emergency kit? Like a first aid kit for my English? Does it have bandages?
Metaphorical bandages, yes. It's a set of phrases you can memorize and keep in your pocket for those exact moments when things go wrong. Instead of freezing, you can use these tools to fix the situation instantly.
Mark, give me the kit. I need those bandages right now. What is the first tool?
All right, let's open the kit. We have 3 levels of tools, depending on how bad the mistake is. Let's start with level 1, the quick fix. This is for those small slips, like your boring versus bored situation. You catch the mistake immediately. The magic phrase here is I mean.
Just, I mean? That sounds too simple.
Simple is best. You don't need to say, oh, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake, please forgive me. That is too heavy. Just say, I feel boring, I mean bored. It acts like an eraser. It deletes the mistake and replaces it with the right word instantly.
I mean. Okay, I can do that. It's like a quick, oops, fix it button.
Exactly. Another good one for level 1 is actually. You use this when you want to correct a fact or be more precise. For example, I arrived at 5 p.m. Actually, it was 5:30.
I like actually. It sounds very smart, like I meant to make the mistake just to correct myself.
Whatever helps you feel confident. Now let's move to level 2, the reset. This is for when you're halfway through a sentence and you realize you have completely lost your way. The grammar is a mess and the listener looks confused.
Oh, I hate that. I usually just stop talking and smile awkwardly.
Don't just stop. Use the reset button. The phrase is, let me try again, or let me rephrase that.
Let me try again. I like that. It tells the listener, hey, delete everything I just said. Let's start over.
Precisely. It gives you a second chance and it tells the listener to be patient. It shows control, not panic.
Okay, so level 1 is I mean, level 2 is let me try again. What is level 3? This must be for the big disasters.
Level 3 is for the brain freeze. You know the word, you studied it, you used it yesterday, but right now it is gone. Blank.
That happens to me with names all the time. I look at someone I know and poof, nothing.
For this, we have a wonderful idiom. It's on the tip of my tongue.
It's on the tip of my tongue. That's such a funny image. Like the word is sitting right there on my tongue waiting to jump out.
Exactly. When you say this, you're telling the listener, I know this word, I'm not stupid, I just can't remember it right now. It keeps the conversation alive while you think.
That is so much better than just saying, for 10 seconds.
Definitely. So, Sarah, let's do a quick role play. I want you to try to tell me about your lunch, but I want you to make mistakes on purpose and then use the emergency kit to fix them. Are you ready?
I was born ready. Okay. So, Mark, today for lunch, I went to a restaurant and I ate a very big, oh no, what is it? The bread with the meat in the middle?
Was it a sandwich?
Yes, a sandwich. I ate a sandwich. It was very delicious. I mean, it was delicious.
Perfect. You used level 3 when you forgot the word, and level 1 to fix the grammar, very delicious, which is a bit redundant, to delicious. How did that feel?
It felt smooth. I didn't feel panicked because I had the phrases ready. But Mark, in that role play, you helped me. You guessed the word sandwich.
I did.
But what if you didn't help me? What if I said, it's on the tip of my tongue, and you just stared at me? Or what if I completely forget the word sandwich and it never comes back? Then I'm stuck again.
That is the ultimate nightmare, isn't it? The word is gone and the emergency kit can't bring it back. In that case, Sarah, you need a different skill entirely. You don't need a phrase, you need an art form.
An art form? Are we going to paint?
We are going to paint with words. We call it circumlocution, and it is the superpower of every fluent speaker. Let me show you how to do it. Circumlocution sounds like a fancy, complicated word, doesn't it? But it basically means talking around something. Think of it like a detour. If the main road, the word sandwich, is blocked, you don't stop the car. You take the side streets to get to the same destination.
I like that. So if I can't say the word, I describe the word.
Exactly. You describe it using simpler words that you do know. We have a simple formula for this: category, purpose, and appearance.
Category, purpose, appearance. Can we try this with sandwich?
Sure. First, category. What is a sandwich? Is it a machine, an animal?
No, it's food. So I say, it's a kind of food.
Perfect. Step 2, purpose or action. What do you do with it, or how do you make it?
You eat it for lunch and you put meat and cheese between bread.
Excellent. And finally, appearance. What does it look like?
It has 2 slices of bread, it can be square or long, and it has a light inside.
Fantastic. A big box in the kitchen that keeps food cold. You know it. I know exactly what you mean. You survived without the word refrigerator.
I did. And honestly, Mark, describing it made me feel smarter than just knowing the word. It felt creative.
That is the spirit. So listeners, if you get stuck, don't panic. Describe it. Use the thing that, the person who, the place where. Use your hands. Be a detective.
This is great for when I'm talking to other people, but Mark, most of the time I am studying alone. I practice in my room, I talk to my mirror like you suggested in the last episode.
The mirror is a great tool.
It is, but the mirror doesn't talk back. It doesn't tell me if I'm saying snake or snack. It just smiles at me. How do I know if I'm making a global error if no one is there to hear it?
That is the limitation of the mirror. It gives you confidence, but it doesn't give you feedback. For that, we need to upgrade our technology. We are living in the 21st century, Sarah. You have the world's strictest English teacher right in your pocket.
In my pocket? You mean my phone?
Yes, your phone, and specifically a feature you probably use every day, but never for this purpose. It's time for some tech hacks. Are you ready to turn your phone into a pronunciation coach?
A pronunciation coach in my phone? Are you talking about calling a teacher on Zoom? Because that costs money, Mark.
No, Sarah, this is completely free. I am talking about voice typing or dictation. You have it on Google Translate, on Siri, on your Notes app, everywhere.
Oh, Oh, you mean when I talk and the phone writes the text for me? I use that when I'm too lazy to type messages to my mom.
Exactly, but we are going to use it for a dictation test. Here's how it works. Change the language setting to English, then pick a sentence you want to practice. Let's say, I want a snack.
Okay, I want a snack.
Now, press the microphone button and say that sentence to your phone. If the phone writes, I want a snack, congratulations, your pronunciation is clear. But if the phone writes, I want a snake,
Then I know I have a problem.
precisely, the phone is a robot. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't guess from context like a human friend would. It only listens to the sound waves. If you don't say the sound clearly, it won't write the word. It is the most objective feedback you can get.
That is brilliant. It's like a truth machine. If I can convince Siri, I can convince anyone.
Yes, and you can do this alone in your pajamas at 2 a.m. No embarrassment, just you and the robot.
I am going to try this tonight with all the words I find difficult. Refrigerator, refrigerator, refrigerator.
Just don't shout at Siri if she doesn't understand you right away. It takes practice. Another tech hack is simply recording yourself and listening back. But here's the trick. Don't just listen, compare.
Compared to what?
Compare to a native speaker. Find a short audio clip, maybe from this podcast. Listen to how I say a sentence, then record yourself saying the same sentence. Then play them side by side.
Oh, that sounds painful. Hearing my own voice is already weird. Comparing it to yours, I will hear all my mistakes.
That is the point. You'll hear the gap. You might notice, oh, Mark goes up at the end of the sentence, but I go down. Or Sarah makes the T sound very strong, but I missed it. That's how you close the gap.
So it's like spot the difference.
Exactly. It trains your ears, and once your ears can hear the mistake, your mouth can fix it.
Okay, I see the value. I have my emergency kit for when I'm talking to people. I have my tech hacks for when I'm alone. I feel very equipped now. But Mark,
Yes?
you said earlier that mistakes are friends, and now you're giving me all these tools to kill my friends. I mean, if I fix all my mistakes, won't I be perfect? And isn't perfection the goal?
Actually, Sarah, that brings up a very dangerous trap. Some students get so obsessed with fixing mistakes that they fall into the opposite problem, or even worse, they embrace mistakes are friends too much and stop trying to improve at all.
Wait, so I can be too comfortable with mistakes?
Yes, if you keep making the same mistake over and over for years because you think it doesn't matter, that mistake becomes permanent. It becomes fossilized.
Fossilized? Like a dinosaur bone?
Exactly like a dinosaur bone, hard as rock and very difficult to change. We need to talk about this trap because mistakes are friends only works if those friends help you grow, not if they hold you back forever.
So you're saying that if I say, I go to school yesterday once, it's a mistake. But if I say it every day for 5 years, it's a dinosaur?
Exactly. It becomes a bad habit that is buried deep in your brain. That is fossilization. At that point, your brain stops treating it as an error. The GPS stops saying recalculating because it thinks that is the correct route.
That sounds scary. I don't want a brain full of fossils. I want a brain full of fresh flowers. How do I stop the dinosaurs?
The key is balance. We don't want you to be afraid of speaking, panic, but we also don't want you to be lazy, fossilization. The solution is a technique called notice and note.
Notice and note. Sounds like a detective show again.
It is. Here's the rule. Don't try to fix everything at once. That's impossible. Instead, pick one specific error to focus on for a week.
Just one? But I make 100 mistakes a day.
Just one, trust me. Let's say this week your target is the past tense. Every time you speak, just pay a little extra attention to your verbs. Did I say go or went? Did I say eat or ate?
Okay, so I can ignore my pronunciation of TH or my prepositions for this week.
Yes, give yourself permission to ignore them. Focus all your mental energy on the past tense. When you make a mistake with it, note it. Write it down in a small notebook, your mistake notebook.
A mistake notebook. I actually have one of those, but right now it's just a list of words I forgot.
Turn it into an action plan. Write down the mistake, I go yesterday. Then write the correction, I went yesterday. And then this is the secret sauce. Say the correct sentence out loud 5 times.
5 times? I went yesterday, I went yesterday, I went yesterday. Like that?
Yes, you are rewriting the code in your brain. You are breaking the fossil. By focusing on just one thing, you will actually master it. Next week, you can pick a new target, maybe the th sound.
That feels so much more manageable. It's like cleaning my room. If I try to clean the whole house, I give up. But if I just clean my desk today, I can do that.
Exactly. Baby steps. Progress, not perfection. If you fix one fossil a week, in a year you will have fixed 52 major errors. That is a massive transformation.
Wow, 52 dinosaurs removed. That is a museum. Mark, this has been such an eye-opening conversation. We started with me feeling boring, and now I feel empowered.
I am so glad to hear that, Sarah. And you are definitely not boring. You are brave, and that is what language learning is all about.
Thank you, Mark. I think I am ready to wrap this up, but before we go, I have a feeling you have a challenge for our listeners.
You know me too well. We can't just talk about it, we have to do it. It is time for the Be Your Own Best Friend Challenge.
I love challenges. What do we have to do?
The challenge is simple but powerful. We want you to change your inner dialogue.
Inner dialogue? You mean the voice in my head that usually says, Sarah, why did you say snake? You're so silly.
Exactly that voice. We want to fire that voice and hire a new one, a kinder one. So here's the challenge. The next time you make a mistake, and you will make one, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, instead of criticizing yourself, I want you to say this phrase. That's interesting. I learned something.
That's interesting. I learned something. Okay, it sounds a bit scientific.
It is supposed to be. It takes the emotion out of it. It turns you from a victim into a scientist. You observe the data, you learn, and you move on. Treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. Would you tell your best friend they are stupid for making a mistake?
Never. I would tell them, good job for trying. You'll get it next time.
So be that friend to yourself. Confidence comes from competence, not perfection. The more you handle your mistakes with grace, the more confident you will become.
I love that quote. I'm going to write that on my mirror, so when I talk to my reflection, I remember it.
Excellent idea. And we want to hear from you, our listeners. We don't just want you to listen, we want you to participate.
Yes, please talk to us, but don't just tell us a funny story, although we love those. We want to know, what is one specific global error or difficult word you struggled with, and how did you fix it?
Did you use the dictation test? Did you use circumlocution? Or maybe you have your own trick. Share it in the comments below. Let's build a library of solutions, not just problems.
I can't wait to read them. Maybe someone else has trouble with refrigerator too.
I'm sure you're not alone, Sarah. Remember, everyone, every expert was once a beginner. The only difference is that the expert didn't quit when they made a mistake.
They just recalculated their route.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on Fluent Talk Studio today. We hope you feel a little lighter, a little braver, and a lot more ready to speak.
Thank you, Mark, for the amazing tips. And thank you, everyone, for listening. Go out there, make some beautiful mistakes, and turn them into magic.
See you in the next episode. Keep talking.
Bye-bye.